6 foes on spokes. For the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole. For the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang. From Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you been through. Shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf. I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation, broke as hell, mad and impatient. But if you know your history, you can't have a strong foundation, baby. KMV video, you know this is for sure. KMV video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby. KMV video, you know this is for sure. KMV video, open your soul, represent your ghetto, baby.
What up, Mac Kids and Maniacs? What's going on, y'all? Texas is in a serious storm right now. Shout out to all my folks in Texas. Hope y'all be safe. Take care. Salute to all the Mac Kids and Maniacs. Man, it's been a hell of a weekend. Good looking out, Doja. Did you guys get a chance to check out Skip's new interview, The True History of the Chain Gang Part 2? If you haven't, it's a pretty decent video. I thought Skip did a good job. I thought the production was good. I thought the music was good. Information was good. I thought it was a good video. I had two things that I noticed about that video was, one, and I always talk about the emotional side of a woman, because I noticed she said her house used to get shot up, and she has a right to tell her story because she's been through more than Little Caesar. So she's right. She does have a right to tell her story, and I've always preached that. Everybody has a right to tell their story, and I encourage people to tell their story on whatever platform they prefer to tell their story on, but it's a match whatever platform you're doing. And I think that was a good match. So props to Skip Townsend on that interview for that interview. So when she said she did more than Little Caesar, I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for this dramatic interview. Like, that's when the question should have been, what have you been through besides your house getting shot up? If you ever had your house shot up, it's scary for 2 or 3 seconds or 4 or 5 seconds. But to say you've been through more than Little Caesar is disrespect to the gangsterism of all gangsters. Little Caesar was one of the top 3 guys on the Rolling 60s wanted list in his day. Rolling 60s did not want no female from Inglewood. The Rolling 60s did not want a lot of these other big names from Inglewood. Little Caesar was one of the guys they wanted, from all that I've been told, even from what Monster Cody told me. And he's from A-Tray Gangster. So Little Caesar, if you remember his story, he went to Jesse Owens' park, and he got shot up. He got ambushed. He got bust on. He got popped. He had to be taken to the hospital. So I'm waiting to hear her stories of being shot up, her putting in work, her being wanted and have to hide from dudes, her being on the wanted list, her going to the juvenile hall, YA, jail, prison, federal prison, all the things that Little Caesar been through. And so that's all I'm saying is some women get emotional and they'll speak out of context, purposely or not purposely, but that was disrespect to all the gangsters that put in work, that was really doing the do and been shot up and put in work, you know what I mean? Another thing I noticed was being pre-Crip, being from the chain gang, she mentioned the murder of Douglas Green, which is a famous murder, which is a famous incident between the West Side Crips and the Inglewood chain gang. And she says they quit banging when the guns came out. Okay, the guns came out when Douglas Green was killed. So if the guns came out when Douglas Green was killed in 1972, from all that I've been told, there was no Inglewood family yet. And she even said herself that they had later flipped over the Inglewood family. So if you quit 72 when the chain gang was going against the West Side, why is there even any talk about Inglewood family? That was that just had me like, wow, okay. But the video is good. Y'all should go check it out. Kev, I got a blockbuster package I'd like to drop on you regarding a scheme that probably cased thousands of young gangbangers. Doomer and Hitman 97 East Coast T8. Okay, that's your prison hookup or what? What's the T8? Is that your CDC number or what? What is that? You can reach me via email. KEV _MAC1 at yahoo.com. I'll put it on the screen for you. And for those that think I don't understand pre-crip, nonviolence, first of all, what is a gang? She said she was from a gang. They became a gang. Tank and them didn't bring it to them. They started in Inglewood. That's a gang. What does a gang do? It wasn't a glee club, was it? Was it a skating team or a parade team, a drill team? And again, as she mentioned and I mentioned, when the guns came out, they quit. Do you understand? Quit in 1972 when Douglas Green was murdered. Inglewood family, 1973. The line should have been drawn right there, right? But again, don't let that take away from it being a good interview. I mean, I don't know what there is to defend about that. It's just facts. But nothing much, man. Just chilling. The homie Stan called to ask if I was going live. I actually wasn't. How you doing, Kim? Kim, you out there in all that snow? You still in Amarillo, Texas? I know you checking on your kids. All that snow out there in Texas. But every generation thought they were hard. Exactly, Sean Williams. Exactly. Absolutely. You couldn't have been more correct in saying that. That's an actual fact. Every generation thought they were harder than the other. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what's so good about being from my era or the era just under me or the era just above me? Like your age, Sean Williams? The beauty is we've lived through what was going on before us and what was going on after us. So who do you think has the least biased opinion? The people that banged before the violence, the people that banged when the violence kicked off, the people that banged underneath the originals that gangbang and when gangbang was turned up, or the ones that came after the older dudes and the ones that was turned up were already done. Just give you something to think about. Because you're right, everybody thought they was harder than the next generation or the previous generation. Ace of Spades, what up? Sneaky Blue, what's happening, man? What up, Stan? What's going on, man? I don't know if they discrediting the content or not. I don't know. I, I don't. I mean, maybe some folks. What up, Marty Marr? What's going on? What up, Mr. Gold? Marty Marr, you remember this?
Homeboy, you want to hear 6 in the morning? Yeah. Somebody say 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning. 6.
They say we can't do 6 in the morning.
What up?
Cause we getting the police mad with this police car.
Yo. Fuck the police, man.
Fuck the police. They say they gonna pull me off the stage. Y'all gonna fuck them up? So we gonna fuck them up, guys. San Diego. Now y'all know who got the power. I'ma do this shit. Fuck the police. Let's get serious. But a few people in the house. My name is Ice-T. I got a rep like a killer. No one gets wilder. No one gets iller. I don't get high. I don't drink Miller. But homeboy, if your girl's empty, I'm sure I can fill her. I make stupid ass records cause I just don't care. Motherfuckers can't even play my shit on the air. But San Diego likes it, they say they want more. Cause every time I leave my crib to go to the store, I hear 6 in the morning, police at my door. Rest in peace, we from the bathroom. Out my back window, I'm able to escape. Didn't even get a chance to grab my old school tape. There with no music, but nothing is free. And the streets through a plan is the place to be. Got a knot in my pocket weighing at least $1 grand. Gold on my neck, my pistol's close in hand. I'm a self-made monster of the city street. Remotely control my hard hip-hop beat. Just living in the city is a serious man. Didn't know what the cops wanted, didn't have time. Now if y'all got money out there, if you having money, can somebody say word? See my homeboys cooling way out. Told them about my morning coat, bucked them out. Shot a little dice till my knees got sore. Kicked around some stories about the night before. Pass it to the corner where the fly girls sit. Reaction and some freaks to one bitch got ill. She started acting silly, so we would not quit. But I was all punk pussy, so we all want shit. As we walked over to her home, continued to speak. So we beat the bitch down in the goddamn street. Just living in the city is a serious task. Bitch didn't know it, hit her, didn't have time to ask. Somebody say word. Yeah. Continue talking free with me, man. Posterior. Rolling in a place with a Louis interior. Solid gold, the ride was raw. Bust the left turn was on. Johnny Shine was my driver, no you can freeze out. Had a beeper going off like a high school bell. Looked in the mirror. What did I see? Fucking blue lights, LAPD. Big was like car, the day was made. Got a Uzi 4-4 and a hand grenade. Threw me in the county, high power block. No freaks to see. No beach to ride. Didn't want trouble, but the shit must fly. Squabble with this sucker, shank him in the eye. Just living in the county is a serious task. Nigga didn't know who got him, didn't have time to ask.
Man, them was the old days, man. Yep, that's when it was banging was something else back then. Absolutely. But what up, y'all? Y'all staying safe out them snowstorms and stuff? What's going on with y'all, man? Did the Clippers win tonight? The 76ers are whack, man. No defense on the 76ers. All they do is foul. Them dudes is whack. Kev, have you ever been on stage with anyone performing? Sure feel like I have, but I can't say I have. For some reason, it feel like I have, but I just can't remember. The fat gold rope with the gold revolver. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That's when he did Ron Page. What up with AD injury? I don't know. What's up with KD's injury? Something about them D's, dog. AD, KD. Oh man, Keith Claus said he cannot tap in because he's caught up in a snowstorm. Wow. Prayers for Keith Claus, man. We don't want nothing to happen to you, big bro. Little big bro. Man. 117, 108, clips up, 2 minutes left. Good looking out, D Boston. That's a bad last name. You should have been D Lakers or something. D Los Angeles. That would have been hard. D Los Angeles. Anytime I'm with my sandbox homie, I'm going to enjoy myself for real. Good looking out, bro. We had a lot of good times over the years. Do an interview with the OGs from Grape Street, Head Honcho 38. Okay, make it happen, Head Honcho 38. But you know what's funny? He says 7 degrees outside. Maybe that was the championships he see. It might be 7 rings outside. But what's up, Kev? I sent you on Hip Hop Uncovered. Shit though. Good looking out, Messy Jones. Appreciate it. Oh, so back to Indianapolis. Gangbanging probably never got off the ground, like you said. Police cracked down on a few gangs. But check this out, homie. And anybody in the game know I'm telling the truth. Probably even know somebody in Indianapolis. A lot of dudes, particularly from different Damu sets, they went to Indianapolis, man, and hustled hard. Indianapolis may have been cracked down on the gangbanging, but they didn't crack down on the drugs. Everybody was out there selling drugs in Indianapolis from LA and Inglewood. Oh man, Keith Claus just went off on y'all. I don't even want to repeat what Keith Claus just said. Keith Claus said, if y'all in here enjoying this live, then F you. He said F y'all, and then he put laughing his ass off. He's mad because he can't get the internet during the snowstorm. Big U at 17 was still Big U, just with a curl. My girlfriend uncle is from Mount Piru. I live in Indianapolis. All right. Big Brat from Center Park mentioned his homies going to Indianapolis. I'm telling you, bro. So, I mean, maybe the gang banging got put to rest out there quick, but the gang members hustling did not. That was a spot everybody wanted to be at. Yes, sir, Dino, absolutely. I know some brothers that went to federal prison and they had to parole back to Indianapolis. They couldn't even come back to Southern California. They had to stay and live in Indianapolis for at least 5 years. Federal parole or probation. All right, I'm going to tell Keith, man. Henny God said, we traded him to the Lakers. Got it. Done deal. Indianapolis didn't crack down on the gambling either. They had numbers house on almost every corner. Facts. And the cops didn't do shit. You know, cops was running numbers too, man, and getting paid to let people run numbers. So, absolutely. Question, Kev, what up with Monster from A-Tray? Is y'all working on anything? Boy, I get this question so much. I need a Q&A section so you guys can just go to the questions and see what answers are there. I don't know what's up with Monster, and no, we are not working on anything. But if anybody out there can get in touch with Monster, let Monster know I have a project I'm working on, and I would love to have him be a part of it. If anybody knows Skull from H-Ray Gangster, tell Skull the same thing. Tell Skull he can get paid because that's what he likes. That's what he wants. Tell Skull he can get paid. KevMac tried to call him, but his number don't work no more. The number I have on him don't work. I mentioned to a couple people I wanted to talk to him, and they did not get me in touch with him. So let him know that. And that's that. No, Kenneth Johnson, that's a different Kenneth Johnson. They just happen to have the same name, bro. Rest in peace, Turtle. The Mavs may go after Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield was cool in college. It's amazing how the Mavs drink off talent. Man, sorry to laugh, but you're right. The Mavs always, man, forever tricked off talent. You absolutely correct about that. Is Skull homeless? I don't know. Not that I know of, but why would you say that? I don't know, bro. I haven't talked to Skull, man. Crystal, Indianapolis had a few gangs, but they didn't last long. Salute Kev in the chat. Smash that like button, y'all. He said they like the A's. But there's a big difference, Eric. I know you're not being specific, but that's so broad and unfair to the A's to say that. And I'm going to tell you why. The Oakland A's are a small market team. They don't empty their bank account to pay players, whereas Mark Cuban does. Mark Cuban pays for players. He pays to try to get championships. So there's a big difference. Mark Cuban can keep players financially and bring players over financially, but the A's can't do that. Once the A's draft you and you become good, you gone. You out of there because you want more money, and the A's just aren't going to give you that kind of money. They've had some great talent and some great teams over the years. The A's had some hell of a teams, without question, but they just can't keep their talent. Whereas, basically, Mark Cuban just is a wreck over there. You know what I mean? Shout out to kevmacvideos. Been watching, got a while. Maurice Cross, good looking out, bro. Looking like James Harden over there. Good looking out, bro. Crystal GD's everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Mavs got rid of Steve Nash, Jason Kidd. Absolutely. They got rid of more than just that. Billy Bean philosophy. My favorite moderator, or my best moderator, Crystal says, bang that like button. Bang that goddamn like button if you up in here. It's 115 of y'all and about 50 of y'all that came and left already. But if you're still here, bang that like button. Cuba needs to trade Luka to Portland for their point guard. See, now, day one, if you guys remember, day one of basketball season, I was trying to tell you about Luka not going to be the same as before. And Loco cut me off, and Loco said, he just went off. Luka's the shit. And so I never finished what I was trying to say. So I came back and I mentioned it again a couple weeks ago. But here go the deal. Luka's a great player, man. Nobody can really stop that dude. He has an all-around game, all-around offensive game, rather. He can do everything on offense, man. The fadeaway, off balance, drive to the hole, shoot the three. He can do it all, man. The problem is, and I always remind basketball fans of this. If you're a Laker fan, you know absolutely what I'm talking about and what I'm about to say. When the Black Mamba would go off and hot dog, take over games, all he received was negative criticism. If you were around for Michael Jordan's era, a lot of times they blamed Jordan when the Bulls lost for hot dog and not passing the ball. So it's kind of weird to see Luka balling and going for 40, going for high 30s every night, and they lose. And nobody talks about that. All they talk about is how good he is, about him being MVP, how he went up against another star. And quite frankly, the last couple games I seen Dallas play, dude don't have no defense. He has no defense, and he gets tired easy. But when he's on the floor, he can score without question. Can't nobody stop him from scoring. What up, Shaniqua? Good hearing from you last night. Shaniqua, another one of my moderators, somebody Yuckmouth has a crush on, says, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it for everybody to like, share, or subscribe. Kev, I watch every Mavs game. Dude is Reggie Miller. I don't know. Did Reggie Miller lose that much? Reggie Miller passed the ball, though, didn't he? I thought he did. Reggie Miller hit his free throws, didn't he? I thought he did. I don't know. I haven't done no comparisons, but off the top of my head, dude is very unstoppable. But I don't know if his efficiency is that of a Reggie Miller. Damn sure defense ain't no Reggie Miller. Hey, Kev, what you think of that Nipsey featuring Jay-Z? I haven't seen it, man. Everybody keep telling me about it. I haven't seen it. Henny guy said, laughing out loud at he Reggie Miller. That's a no. Trey says, dude is Reggie, period. Y'all gonna make me do some comparisons. Should I do it now or should I do it when I get offline? People have a revisionist perspective. Jordan was hated for his first 4 to 5 years. I remember the older heads hating on his shorts and tongue wagging. Ladies loved his tongue wagging. Kobe Bryant emulated his tongue wagging. So I don't know if that got anything to do with anything. All of them wore them tight ass shorts. Yeah, Henny God. I didn't want to say that, but he really is. He is tough on offense, man, especially for a white guy in the NBA. So let's see. Luka's free throws. 713, 758, 795. He has a career free throw shooting average of 747. That's 75 out of 100 free throws he will make. Reggie Miller, 89% from the free throw line, 89 out of 100. So Reggie Miller's going to get you 14 more points from the line per year. 14% more, rather, per year. Did I say that right? 15%. My math is bad. I don't know my ABDs, like Slick said. But anyway, Reggie Miller was one of the best free throw shooters in his era. 89%, that's pretty good. He was money, man. And Reggie Miller was going to play defense. Reggie Miller knew how to draw a foul. Who you think they got to drawing the foul from three from? Reggie Miller. That was Reggie's doing. And Reggie wasn't even the best in the family. So imagine Luka living in the Miller house. Luka would be number 3. Luka wouldn't be as good as Reggie Miller. Yeah, that's what I said twice. Reggie Miller played defense. I said that twice. I also said Luka, he's horrible on defense the last couple games I've seen. I'm not going to judge him on the last few games that I've seen, but it gives me something to go off of. He's garbage on defense. He can't stop nobody on defense. And he misses his free throws. I mean, 74% is cool, but when you start talking about the best and the greats, you gotta kind of want them to play defense. Kind of want them to make free throws in the clutch. But whatever. Of course, absolutely. But people bite into it. If you see them talk about somebody in great fashion on ESPN all the time, then that's what you're gonna get. So I mean, it is what it is. Okay, thank you, Henny God. I'm just saying, man. The last few games I've seen. And matter of fact, hold up, time out. If I could whistle, I would whistle. Time out, time out, time out, time out, Macheads and Maniacs, time out. I just thought of something. Do not disrespect Reggie Miller like that. Please don't ever in your life disrespect Reggie Miller like that again. Check this out. I just thought of something the last couple games. If you don't believe me, go run a replay. Luka not only can't play defense, Luka doesn't even run back on defense when he thinks he's been fouled or he falls on the ground. He just gets up slowly, nonchalantly, and doesn't even get back down the court. Man, don't do Reggie Miller like that, man. Reggie Miller was going to get up, run down there, elbow your ass, foul you, or steal the ball from you, or swat you or something. Don't do that. Don't do that. Reggie Miller was a hustler, man. He got out there and he played ball. Don't do that, man. Just don't do that. You just totally disrespecting Reggie's defense and his tenacity to play the game. Don't do that, man. Man, Reggie may have cried, but Reggie played deep. Luka, I'm telling you, man, it's not up for debate. Go back and look at the last couple games. Dude get fouled and he doesn't get back on defense, homie. But everything I say or anything I say is not to disrespect Luka's shot or the way Luka can drive to the rack or create a shot. He can shoot. There's nothing you can say about that. But Reggie Miller, he had that shot, man. He had that shot and that tenacity to play the game. No, everybody hated Reggie Miller, bro. But you got to respect his game, man. And plus, a lot of people liked his sister, Cheryl. So Reggie got the benefit of the doubt because of his sister, him being a little baby brother. But come on, man. Reggie was a great player, man. Did you like Dr. Advocate or the documentary better? What's Dr. Advocate? I don't know what Dr. Advocate is, bro. You gotta explain what that is. I don't know. Well, I like Pippen. Pippen played D, and Pippen had heart, but I think Reggie had as much heart as Pippen, I think. Both of them was tough, but Pippen probably was tougher. Pippen got them rings. Pippen stood up to the test often. That's a good one. That's an absolute good one. I would go with Pippen just slightly. But they're really different players, though. You can't. It's a great comparison, but it's bad when you line them up. They're two different type of players. Yeah, exactly, man. Wow, you see what my man said? But this conversation started off is they should trade Luka. So if he gets traded, how can we say he won't win a ring? Unless we're just saying he's that bad. I don't think he's that bad that he could never win a ring. Jordan is the only reason Miller didn't win. Luka will never win. Man, Worthy is one of the most underrated players. I liked Cooper, bro, but you got to realize I was a guy that couldn't get out there and play ball to where even on a playground I could compare myself to any of them type of dudes. Now Michael Cooper was more my type of guy because he played defense. And I feel like I played defense. I was your Michael Cooper, Dennis Rodman type. So I'm gonna leave my bias out of that answer. I'm gonna just leave that one alone. But Worthy was a bad dude, man. I feel like he never really got his props from the average fan or from the media. I feel like Worthy was something special, I feel like. Of course, Bernard King was. Mr. Gould said Luka ain't Worthy or Cooper. Yep, them old UNC Tar Heels. How did we end up on this basketball, though, man? I think people like basketball talk more. Look how much the viewership went up. But now the ladies are left out of the conversation. There's not one woman in this conversation anymore. Don't you guys like women? Don't you want to do like Trump and just grab them by the pee? Don't you? Good looking out, dream chasers. Man, I forgot all about Alex English. I would never even bring that name up unless somebody else brought it up first. Shaniqua say, y'all could talk about sports, and then she licks her tongue out like, y'all don't want to talk about getting nothing else. Callie Kiss, that's your ex-president, girl. What are you talking about? My man say, I love women, but I love football too. I'm just saying. But this was a basketball conversation. You want to talk about football? Because this was basketball conversation. But the viewership went up, so we talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. Oh, no. UConn basketball ladies or Duke? Who will have a better legacy? Ooh, that's another good question. Right now, I would have to say UConn. Are you talking about Duke men or Duke's women? Duke men have a great legacy. But I was watching Stanford and Oregon ladies basketball today, boy. Two good teams. It was a great game. But I don't know if you're comparing UConn women to Duke's men. You didn't make that clear. Because you put women after UConn, but you just put Duke. You didn't say. Keith Claw said he finna retire from the internet. I've never been to England, bro. Duke garbage this year and many top tier teams. It's some good basketball going on right now, though. Some real good basketball. You got Baylor is balling. I think they undefeated. You got Gonzaga balling. I'm pretty certain they're undefeated. And then there have been some good games with USC, UCLA, Oklahoma. Virginia is a weird team. I don't like Virginia. But I don't know, man. If you've really been watching college basketball, it's been some good games, bro. They may not have the records that you used to or all them big names you used to, but you could turn on the TV any night, man, and you could see one of these NBA stars that you like, Suns balling right now. And it's a lot of brothers, not black people, but actual brothers from the same mother and father playing in college basketball this year. Some on the same team, some on opposite teams. Creighton balls. Old Patrick Ewing, Georgetown. They not really good. They are not that good. They're not that talented. But when you watch them play, man, sometimes they be balling too, man. They ball too. They ball in spurts. I think Patrick Ewing just needs to get in their ass a little more. because Patrick Ewing be sitting back. I don't dislike Patrick Ewing, but I dislike coaches that just sit back, sit on their hands, and just rock and emotionalists. Get in their ass. Put your finger in their chest. Point at them and tell them, go sit over there. You feel me? Corey Bird, don't start. Michigan's been balling for a few years. Michigan is pretty decent year in, year out for the most part. What's up with the 6-7 neighborhoods? They haven't done no interviews with me. I don't know what's up with them. Alabama is kind of weird. I used to be used to Alabama taking their time, not really scoring. And then they started moving the ball faster and scoring. I haven't really paid much attention to them this year. Rocky had them rubbed off on me. See, I knew y'all was going to go there. But I didn't say me. I said Patrick Ewing needs to get off on their ass. And you guys are taking sports talk, sports analogy to another level, man. Y'all taking it somewhere where it's not meant to be. And you're taking it out of context because I never said I would or I should. I said Patrick Ewing should. Check out the kid from West Virginia. West Virginia. Kind of Russell Westbrookish. I like Scottie Pippen's son, man. I ain't even going to lie. Scottie Pippen's son, to me, I like his game, man. I like his maturity. I like his intelligence. I like his defense, his offense. The game just comes so easy to him, man. It's like he's not playing a hard game. It's not a tough game. Drake. Now Drake is a team I always watch, but I haven't watched them in probably the last 2 weeks, so I don't really know what Drake's been doing the last couple of weeks. But good looking out on that JP. Jalen Suggs is good. Can't take nothing away from him. He got a good game. But again, that was my point, Red Henny. If you really watch college basketball this year, there are a lot of good players around the league, man, and good teams as well. I don't know. It's just so hard nowadays to really be able to watch a lot of sports and enjoy the sports with so much other stuff going on, man. With these cell phones and social media, the pandemic, having to go grocery shopping and, putting on your mask. So many things to think about going on right now. It's really hard to focus in on sports. But I did think about something today. I'm going to take you back about a year. I'm going to take y'all back a year. Remember Loco and Goob said that there would be no football season. They would not finish the season if they did start. Remember they said college basketball wouldn't have a season. They wouldn't because it had got canceled last time. And baseball. See, it was an easy call because if you watch sports, if you watch world sports, you see what they was doing over in other countries. They were still playing sports in other countries. They just emptied out the stadium. And so over here in America where everybody's greedy, everybody wants money, everybody wants to be a sponsor, everybody wants sponsorship. So and even like the players, like I said, a lot of the basketball players, they live a lifestyle where they make a lot of money and they blow a lot of money. So, of course, they want a piece of the pie. They got family and friends to take care of. And it's the same with the owners, the 1%ers. They want their money. They want their millions, 100 millions or billions. Feel me? But I just had to bring that up because sports is still going on. Still going on when a lot of people thought they wouldn't. And the whole country's about to open back up soon with the COVID deaths supposedly going down. Bob the Weirdo. It's like watching Double AU, way more entertaining. What's the first gang you heard of from Compton when you was growing up? I honestly couldn't tell you the first gang. I could tell you some of the first gangs that I heard of. 1978, Lime Hood, Piru, Santana Block, Atlantic Drive, Compton Crips, Spooktown, Luders Park, Piru. Um, what's the other one over there by Santana's that was part of Luders? Elms Lane, Elm Street, Piru. So those are the ones that I first heard of. Because you got to remember, or you got to think, I wasn't but 10 years old, 9 years old. Well, I said 78, so 10 years old. I wasn't but 10 years old, and I wasn't from Compton. So I wasn't hearing about Compton gangbang. I'm just answering your question that my mother was a counselor in Compton. And so growing up, going to work with her is where I heard those names. You know, she counseled a lot of youth that came home from the youth authority, youth training school, juvenile hall, and stuff like that. And so I got a up close look and conversations with a lot of them dudes as a kid, just from going to work with my mother. Wait till the weather get warmer. COVID deaths going up. Really? Okay. I don't know how we all know what's going to happen all the time. We know what's going to happen to the world. We know what's going to happen to every individual in the United States. But then we don't know who beef with who or why they beef. That was stupid. Do you think moms knew Bob Simmons? I don't know. I can't say she did or she didn't. I have no knowledge of any of that. He know more than Dr. Fauci. That's a whole nother can of worms, the way people go in on Fauci. Cold weather feeds viruses, not warm weather. I thought cold weather kept viruses down. That's why the hospital is so cold. That's why the county jail is so cold. That's why prison's so cold, to keep colds down. But you did say virus, right? Or did you say germs? I think I'm thinking of germs, and I think you said virus. So the first gang I remember was called Brims around 74. I was 8 in the apartment by Bob Hills. Well, he asked me a question about Compton. The first gangs I heard of was the Crips, the Brims, the Chain Gang. Crips, Brims, and Chain Gang are the first gangs I heard of. And then the West Side Crip and the Rolling 60s, which came way after I'd heard of those gangs. I mean, not that they came later. I'm saying I learned of the Rolling 60s way after I learned of the Brims, the Chain Gang, West Side Crips. Ventilations control the spread of colds and viruses. Man, Chris Paul been balling. I was hoping nobody never brought that up. Me being a critic of Chris Paul, his whole career since he left Charlotte. Like when he was in Charlotte, I loved him. I thought the world of Chris Paul in Charlotte. He was a floor general. After he left Charlotte, I've been a critic of that dude ever since, man. Especially when he went to the Clippers and blew the playoffs 2 years in a row. Rodney Washington, love your videos. A lot of good info on all the OGs. I would like to hear from the OGs from 111. So would I, brother. So would I. Viruses do not thrive in warm weather and humidity makes viruses difficult to spread. I don't know, Bobby. You're a pretty smart dude with a great memory, but I don't know if you're right on that. Because why would they not turn the heat up in hospitals? And why would they not turn the heat up in county jail? And why would they not turn the heat up in prison? I mean, unless you're saying they want everybody in the hospital to be sick and in other institutions. Is that what you're saying? I never heard of the Taylor boys. Okay, Bobby. Bobby says he's right. Okay, bro. I just question that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just question it. I'm just trying to figure out why I always thought the hospital stayed cold. Elmatic, what up? Yeah, Rebel Rousers was back with the businessmen and Slossons, pre-Crip and Blood. The Rebel Rousers were located over on the, like the Adams area. Maybe like West Boulevards, maybe City Stone area. Okay. Cold in hospitals to keep fevers down. Good looking out, bro. Brims supposedly came out in 1969. Some say 68, but several Brims told me 69. Wow, you've been in a hospital that wasn't cold? I don't know where you was, bro. What hospital was that? What was you at? Mexico somewhere or Beirut somewhere? When you gonna do interviews out of California? Last time I checked, Hutch was from out of California. A couple guys that came on here, North Carolina, San Antonio. Had a guy from Chicago. Had on New York guy, Stack Stone. Had the Crips from Santana Block in Brooklyn that didn't know all the boroughs. I don't know, bro. No idea. I don't know who I will and will not interview, bro. I'm gonna just say this. Why is everybody that does an interview on the internet or everybody that gangbang like the subject of an interview with KMVideos? Can you answer that for me? Can you tell me what makes a person over the internet that you learned of over the internet worthy of a KM video interview? Because I'll be interviewing everybody forever and it just be repeated when you could just Google their name and find their interview already. And it does a disservice to the people I'm interviewing if I can't ask them about the geographics and, if I don't know all the specifics of that city and how that city gangbanged. So it really wouldn't be a great interview, bro, because I wouldn't know the correct questions to ask. And it definitely wouldn't make sense to the history that I've been trying to get laid down. Chicago would be great for gang history. From my understanding, they had somebody doing their history, and there's still people alive in Chicago that could also start gathering up their history. How did the VNG get so big that close to the 60s, but the bishops didn't last? Well, let me try to answer that. How did the VNG get so big? Let's say if the Brims came out in 68 or 69, and the VNGs of Brims, and they had a relationship or an alliance called Van Brims before the West Side Crips came out, and 5, 6, or 7 years before the Rolling 60s came out, about 16 years before the Rolling 40s came out, before the 4-8 neighborhoods came out, before the 4-6 neighborhoods came out, before the 5-1 Troubles came out, before the 5 Deuce Hoovers came out. Am I starting to make a little bit of sense? They got big because they were first. They got big because Brims was the biggest gang in Los Angeles at one point. The Brims were a big gang, and the VNGs were Brims. I don't know what else to tell you. And quite frankly, the Brims aren't really a big gang opposed to other Los Angeles gangs. When is Kiki Loke or anyone involved with making the True Blue tapes going to be on your show? I don't know. I've been trying to get Kiki on here for years, bro. Kiki told me twice he would come on, but obviously he's not really ready to come on. I know at one point he told me he changed his life, so he didn't want to be a part of it. And then most recently, matter of fact, he told me 3 times. Most recently, when his partner Cool Chills died, he told me he would come on, then he disappeared. And just recently, he hit me up and said he'll come on. I hit him back up to see if he would come on live, and I didn't get no response. So the answer to your question is I have no idea. Crystal, what up? You getting bored in the comment section? Look, 177 people, man. Y'all love to talk sports, right? Gotta get Battle Cat on here, Kev. Battle Cat been interviewed already on here. Type in Battle Cat, Kev Mac, and a Battle Cat should come up. As far as on a live stream, I don't know. It's kind of hard to get in contact with Battle Cat. My man said 177 blocks. Well, it's 178 now. Have I ever been to Six Flags? When you grow up in Los Angeles and your family does family things, or your family got enough money to buy them tickets, you most definitely going to Six Flags. If you was hustling in the mid-'80s and you was young, you most definitely was going to Six Flags. You wanted to have a good fight. You wanted to hang out with your woman. So you was going to Six Flags. How do we know if we're bots? Right. How do you know if you're bots? Right, Ralph. There's another bot up in here now. Tap the like button for Kev Mac video. Kev, did Raymond Washington have a big funeral like Tookie or any other rip? I heard Raymond Washington's funeral was huge. At that time, I heard it was the hugest funeral. I heard Raymond Washington's funeral was like a lot of the Crip funerals I seen in the 80s where everybody went down the street with blue rags tied on their antenna and waving blue rags out the window. I heard the line was long. So yeah, Raymond Washington's supposed to have a big funeral. I don't know about the size it took because again, I was young. I was 11 at the time. I didn't know Raymond Washington. I wasn't on the east side of Compton at the time, so I couldn't tell you firsthand. Tookie's funeral was huge because it had press coverage. It had press coverage, and it was a piece of history that went with that. Back when Raymond died, I couldn't tell you how big people were on history, or even if people even knew that was history back then. The difference between Bloods, Pyrus, and Brims, they all fall under the Bloods, but the difference is the Brims are an original gang from LA. The Pyrus are an original gang from Compton. And Bloods are all the anti-Crip gangs, which basically Pyru, Brims, and Bloods are the last name of gangs. Fruittown Pyru, Looters Park Pyru, Westside Pyru, V&G Brims, Harvard Park Brims, Bloods, Pueblo Bishop Bloods. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. Damn, my man said Lamar Odom is the GOAT. The GOAT at what? Kobe better than LeBron. Tookie was president of all Crips. Are the Padres any threat to the Dodgers? Absolutely, but as you can see, when it's time to line it up in a 5-game series or a 7-game series, you got to bring the best pitching, man, and clutch hitting. And I think them and the Dodgers are going to have good pitching. Of course, I love the Padres hitting, but timely hitting and that pitcher that can come back and pitch 2 or 3 games in a series is going to make the difference. Padres don't have no bullpen, bro. Even if you think they have a bullpen, I'm going to stick to it. The Padres don't have a bullpen. So the Dodgers are going to max out the Padres bullpen when it counts. I don't know who had the best handles in NBA history, but I can tell you I used to like Allen Iverson, Isaiah Thomas, but I don't know. I couldn't answer that question for you. St. Louis is a threat to the Dodgers just based on they from St. Louis. They wear red, we wear blue. Historic rivalry. Other than that, man, ain't nobody worried about no St. Louis Cardinals. Kev, you should expand your merch line. Unfortunately, at this point in time, I cannot and will not do that. Kyrie, he all right. Curry got handles. Curry turns the ball over a lot, though. Allen Iverson's crossover was sick. Kenny Anderson, he had cool crossover and handles as well. Kev, do you think the police had anything to do with Raymond Watson's death? That's why no neighborhood ever claimed it. Simply put, no, I do not think that. And no, that's not a topic that we discuss here on KMVideos. Molina is a legend, but the Cardinals is overrated. Molina is the best, all-time greatest. We're not going to realize it until he retires and we start thinking back on catchers. But Molina is great. He's definitely a legend. He's going to the Hall of Fame, first ballot. Cardinals, if you think they're great right now, yeah, they're definitely overrated if you think that. Hey, bro, do interviews with Compton Video. We got stories, too, especially with the Compton PD. ASC. Most certainly, homie. Hit up my email, and let's hook it up. Hopefully you from Compton Video and you can get me some interviews. So I'm going to post up my email one more time, one more again. If that's something you want to do and you have the pull to do it, holler at me. But as Alex Alonso said, it's hard to get Southsiders to do interviews because they get a lot of backlash from the big brothers and they big homies, and they don't think it's cool. So if you are a Compton Video and you can make that happen, hit me up. Oh, Wiseman. Yeah, man, what? Who said something about Wiseman? Wiseman he got my vote, without question. My man said Ross Strickland. What about Damian Lillard? Lillard got handles? Lillard be going to the rack and they take the ball from Lillard, man, when he go to the rack. What's up with that? There's a book I read called Vice. Yeah, I'm familiar with that book. I'm familiar with that book. Homies are not supposed to talk on camera about anything. So why should I interview homies? And how will I interview homies if they're not supposed to talk on camera? I'm just saying, man, some things don't even need to be said because it should be understood already. Man, Lillard's a bad dude. A poor man's Curry. Now, if you take Lillard and you put Lillard on those Warrior championship teams, do the Warriors still win championships? If you took Steph Curry and put him on the Portland Blazers, Dame's whole career, does Portland Blazers win a championship? I'm just saying, man. Lillard's a bad dude, man. I think what Lillard's missing, I think it's two problems with Lillard. Number one, I think he's absolutely upset, mad at himself and the organization for not getting a winning team out there. And I also think Dame is highly upset with the referees. I think Dame feels like he doesn't get the calls that the Currys and LeBrons and Kevin Durant's and Kyrie Irving's are getting. And if you don't believe me, watch the Blazers play next game. Watch them play a few games and watch Dame. Dame just sits back and he gives up. He quits because he's not getting the calls when he go to the rack. So what happens is when Dame quits and he doesn't get back on defense, he walks the ball down court. And when he walks the ball down court, he's looking to pass the ball. He don't want to shoot. He don't want to take over. Come into the game, if Portland's still in the game, Dame shows up. Dame's going to shoot them long-ass threes, half-court threes and all that, just like Curry. He's going to hit all net. He's going to hit his free throws. So in a way, he is the poor man Curry. But I think that's a bad title to give Dame because of the environment, the team that he's on. So I think that's kind of cold to Dame to say that, but man, Dame shoots lights out when he wants to, man. Today's NBA players give up too much. They give up way too much, man. And I think it's just because they expected more calls and they expect everything to go their way. I looked at LeBron last game. LeBron cried the whole game. And the referee just looked at him like, Why are you crying every play? Like, why do you keep crying and don't get back on defense? What you should do, if I was in the NBA, and I normally don't say what I would do because you never really know what you would do until you in that situation. But if I was in the NBA and I drove to the basket and I didn't get a foul call, I might look at the ref. I might stare him down. I might talk shit to him and get a tech. But guess what? I'm running back on defense. When we get a timeout, when there's a foul or the ball's out of bounds, a TV timeout, then I'm going to talk shit to the referee. I'm not going to stop playing because your crying isn't going to get you the ball back. Crying isn't going to get you no foul shots. So get back on defense and cry later. Smile now and cry later. To me, when I watch these games, man, they messing up the games, bro. They overpaid. They cry too much. They selfish. They lazy. A lot of them aren't in shape. But they get out there every night because they get a whole lot of money. They want the fame. Have you ever thought about like at the end of a quarter or at the end of a game in a tie game? It doesn't happen all the time, but it happens. Like end of the first quarter, end of the third quarter. A player comes out. It's a tie game, it's a tie game or you're down 1 or 2 points. And a player is near half court, maybe a little, he hasn't crossed half court yet, and he doesn't throw the ball up and shoot a shot. Have you ever wondered why they won't take that shot? Because they don't want a missed shot on their record. They don't want their shooting percentage to go down. So my thing is this, as a coach and as a guard, find somebody that can shoot the ball and inbound the ball to him, let him take the half-court shot. You got your Kyle Kuzmas, your Steph Currys, your Dame Lillards, your Kyrie Irvings. Let them dudes shoot from half-court. They don't care. Let them shoot it. They can shoot. But some of these guys don't want to miss a shot because when it's time for negotiations or when it's time for ESPN to start breaking down your stats, they don't want to be left out the conversation. Shooting percentage, points per game, shooting percentage. But yeah, even like, now this doesn't happen a whole lot either, but it happens. Let's see if any of you guys are familiar with this. Guys go to the free throw line, right? You go to the free throw line at the end of a game. There might be 2.9 seconds left in the game, especially in college. You go to the free throw line, you're down 2 points. You're down 3 or you're down 2. You go to the free throw line, you miss a free throw. Now the second free throw, or maybe you make the free throw, it don't matter. You make or you miss the first. On the second one, you need to miss the free throw on purpose and try to hope your teammates get a rebound so you can shoot the deuce and force overtime or win the game, or dish it out for 3 and take a quick 3 to win the game or overtime. And these guys will make the free throw. They will make the damn free throw and then foul on the inbound. You dummy. You dummy. You just don't want to lower your free throw percentage, homie. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, man. I didn't really plan on going over an hour tonight. Salute all you Mac-heads and maniacs and everybody that checked in to check me out and talk sports with me tonight. Shout out to my moderator, Crystal and Shaniqua, for being patient with us and hanging out with us. Deion Sanders had that ball spotted at Jerry Curl. Deion was the man. And anybody that just subscribed, everybody that liked, I appreciate you guys, man. Much respect, man. I'm out of here, man. And hopefully this is going to be a good year, man. I'm off to a bad start, but 2 months into the year, you can't blame a whole year on 2 months. So I feel like this is going to be a good year. Good night, Cali Kiss. Thanks for checking in, sis. All right, y'all. Peace. Boulevard, day one. Peace.